Talk with Eddie and Ralph, your live help and solution center for YouTube and related tech. Please come in and enjoy the demonstration. Ask any questions you have about the demonstration or any tech-related question. We are here to help you and do this to help you. No question is dumb, and we will do what we can to keep it simple. Thank you. We will be starting soon.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
You 14 people in here.
I was wondering if you were with us there for a second.
Yeah, we have I don't know. Simon, Jerry, Devil Dog's Keeper, and Tim. See if he's napping. Ed. No, I didn't touch no button. Bat 13. Belt Loop 29, Greg Johnson, Cooking with Steven and Jacqueline. Who else?
You got most everybody. I think. Yep, from what I can see.
Troy Sutton. Jason, Pest Hunters Outdoors, Peaceful Des, The Moose, Barbecue and Outdoor Adventures. That's it. That's all.
I know Des is in here. Des, I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah, Des. Are you feeling better, Des?
She may not be able to type. She may just
How
be
can
watching.
she not type?
Hey, I don't know.
Her mouth works, her fingers work.
She may just be watching us on the TV. Who knows?
Nah. Not Des.
Hey, if I didn't feel good, I'd be laying down. You know that.
Dallas Cowboys Barbecue.
There's Gary.
All right, guys, we are going to open up the panel here in a little bit and let anybody come up that wants to ask any kind of questions whatsoever. We figure that we've done EV Mux pretty much lately and Da Vinci pretty much lately, so we want to give a break on that unless you have questions about it. That's a different story.
Yeah, if you have questions about those two things, by all means, ask. We're not saying don't ask. We're just going to do something a little bit different. We're just not going to cover either one of those tonight. But we will have questions about them.
There's John, Barbecue Rockstar.
All right.
And just to let y'all know, I went yesterday. I drove up to Cleveland, which is about 35 minutes from me or whatever. And I met, if you haven't seen my video, I met Jason and Tara from White Rock Homestead. They stopped on the way to their cruise, and they're real freaking good people. I love Jason. He's a Marine and everything. Des says, sorry, missed the question. What's up, Emily? Hey, it's too late, Des. You made me forget.
Yeah, it wasn't a question. We were just wishing you getting better soon. And you didn't answer right away, so Eddie was giving you a hard time about not typing. So.
Yeah, infection ain't in your fingers, Des.
You can ignore him just like I do. So.
No, I know she's at somebody else's live right now. That's why she missed it.
There actually are quite a few people live right now. But anyway, yeah, we thought we'd just do something a little different tonight. So
why are they live? This is my time. This is my live time. They should know not to go live over me.
Did you clear that with YouTube that nobody else can go live? Worldwide, Saturday at 8, Eddie only. Be there, be square.
I knew that, Jerry. Jerry, I knew that. And they also got another channel too besides White Rock Homestead. It's Hillbilly
Loopers.
Yeah, Loopers. Hillbilly Loopers.
We're going to be doing that loop tour thing, whatever that's all about. I haven't really looked into that yet, but I will.
Now, y'all see, Jamie made a sticker for Sammy that you scan it and it takes you to his website. QR code.
She needs to put one in a B. Put the QR code in a B. A B picture.
Tim says Off Topic Squirrel goes live in an hour.
That's right, he does. Yeah, Gary, there was a movie called Loopers.
Was it about Gary?
Nope.
Belt loopers. I was like, why is Jason and Tara stealing Gary Belt Loop's name? Loopers. No, the Navy one, T-Rock. T-Rock Vittles and such, Air Force as well. Hoorah, Peter.
Yep, that was a good game. I was watching the Georgia game and then flipped over to it because Georgia was
creaming
Kentucky as usual. But
hoorah, Marines and Army Mom.
Then I swapped back to the Georgia game for the end. Right after Navy got that first down, and it was pretty obvious they were going to win. I was like, okay, I'll flip back over to Georgia.
It was going back and forth the whole freaking time.
It was a good game to watch. I wish I'd kind of been, well, I wanted to see how Georgia was going to play, but
up until the very last one where Navy got the fumble or whatever. Yep.
Yeah, he should have never tossed that ball. He should have never tossed that ball. But yeah, it was, for somebody who wasn't really for either team, that was a good game to watch because, like you said, it was back and forth, up and down.
Now, I will tell you, the game to watch tomorrow is the Texans and the Ravens.
No bias on your part at all there, huh?
Nope. Everybody needs to watch the Texans game tomorrow and cheer for the Texans, root for the Texans.
I think the Falcons have a bye this week, so I don't know what game I'm getting at 1:00 tomorrow.
Yeah, Texans buys next week, so.
But anyway.
And Winstone, who is Army, his team is the Ravens, so he was live and I went in there trying to mess with him, but he was busy talking to other people and stuff, so I never got a chance to. Just to let y'all know, we will be doing a giveaway here in a little bit at the end of the live, or towards the end. And the winner will get this right here. It is a Tech Talk Christmas ornament.
All right.
So these are metal. You hear it?
Yep.
I'm tapping it on the desk, but it's on both sides. It's got the little gold string to hang on the tree or hang wherever. It doesn't say anything Christmassy because Ralph didn't make me a Christmas tech talk winner or whatever.
You didn't ask me to.
Well, Jamie just got these in, I think, yesterday or today or something. I don't know, the little Christmas ornaments. But I figured, hey, and I asked her, so she just went and made this one a little bit ago. So the thing is we can make Christmas ornaments now. So if y'all want to, well, Jamie can, I can't. So if y'all want to order, but this one, Tech Talk Christmas ornament, we will give away later on tonight, and it'll be just a hashtag. And if y'all want to order like one of my Christmas ornaments, it's $3. If y'all want to order a pack of your own, whatever you want to do, your own logo or to give away or Christmassy stuff or whatever, it'll be cheaper than $3 because you'll buy them like in bulk. You'll buy more than one, but and shipping and stuff like that or whatever. So that's what it is. It'd be for mine. It'd be $3 shipping included or whatever. Jerry says, Jamie, we want some of those, like 50, please. But yeah, that'll be later on tonight. Okay, I'm sorry, Ralph.
Right,
I'm done.
Oh, go ahead. No, so getting away from what we have been doing, I'm going to go over a couple things tonight. The first one is going to be called Shutter, just like the shutters on your house, Encoder. And what that does, it's a little program that will convert audio and video formats from one to the other. It's a very useful program. A lot of these online services like EVMux and where you have storage where you can upload stuff, they prefer you to use what's called web, W-E-B-M, file format because it creates a smaller file. I can take the same file, and I'm going to do it here in just a minute, that's 2 gig in size as an MOV and convert it to WebM, and the WebM is like tiny. So if you use an online service that has storage where you upload, pictures, background pictures and all that stuff, you do have a limited amount of storage there. So if you're starting to run out, you can take some of those images that you have uploaded there, convert them to WebM, and then pull down your MP4s or whatever are the larger ones and use WebMs. It's a very common format. DaVinci will not export in WebM. One of the things that it won't do. There's a lot of editors that won't, and the reason they don't is every type of codecs that they use to create video files with, they have to pay licensing fees for that. So I don't know what the deal is with WebM. I have no idea, but I just know that they can't do it. But you can export it in MP4 or MOV or pretty much anything else, and then convert it to WebM using Shutter. So the website is called shutterencoder.com. It's right up there in the, hang on, let me do something here real quick. Turn on pointer focus so you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right, so shutterencoder.com. This is their webpage. This just kind of shows what it's all about and stuff, what it can do. So if you can scroll down through this, there's a download right there. These things right here, you really don't need these until later on. They're just some presets. They're nice to have, but you really don't need them. So this is what the interface looks like. So to download it, come over to downloads, takes you down here. You got Mac for all you Mac users, you got Windows for all your Windows users. So all you do is click on the download and you download it, save it. This is free, but he does take donations. So once you download it, you just do what you normally do. You click on it, you install it. You're going to get two icons on your desktop that look exactly the same. And it'll look like this little thing right here. One of them is for OpenGL, which unless you have problems with the standard one, you don't need to use it. It's just different ways for it to use your hardware. And that just use the normal one. You will see on the icons, one of them will say OpenGL on it. So when you start it, this is what it starts. It doesn't start with this. It doesn't start with the file. I just have that open because these are the two files I'm going to use with it. I'm probably going a little bit too fast here. So this is what it looks like. I hope you guys can see this because it is kind of a small interface. But you basically put your files in here. You click here to select what you want to convert to. So you have all this different stuff you can do. There's one very neat one down at the very bottom that I'll show you. So what you do is you just drag your files. You can do multiple files. You can do single files. These two, this Christmas frame is just that. It's a Christmas frame. It's got a transparent center to it. And this is just a video file. So I'm just going to drag them in here and drop them. So now they're there. If I want to see, I can come down here and click this display. Come on. I got to tell it what I want it to do first. First, I got to get on the right screen. Sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place here tonight again. So what I'm going to do to get to WebM, let me start that over again. Put my files in there. Come down right here to choose function. And to get WebM VP8 or VP9. VP9 is just a newer version of VP8. So VP9, and now you can see it. That's the video file. That's the Christmas frame. So you can see this is transparent. So it can take, this is an MOV file. This one is an MP4 file. So I'm taking two different formats and I'm going to convert both of them to VP9 or WebM. And you can see right there, it says WebM. Now, to get it to pick up that transparency in the Christmas file, you need to come over here and click Advanced and come down here and click on Enable Alpha Channel. You can leave all this other stuff set just where it is. You don't need to change it or anything. And then you just hit Start. And it's going to dump these in this directory right here. If you want to change that, you can just type it in here. Or if you want to preset it, you can come up to your settings and you can set 3 different places. It usually dumps it on the desktop. I don't like stuff being dumped on my desktop. So I just have a folder on my F drive called Shutter Encoder Output. So that's where I have it dump things. And then to get it going, you just hit Start Function. It'll start thinking for a minute. It'll take it a few seconds to do this. You get a nice progress bar right here.
Ralph T-Rock said HTML5 consolidating file formats for universal cross-device mobile desktop functionality. What's he mean by that?
I have no idea. Maybe that's what an WebM file is. I don't know. It's just another one of those many different types of file formats that are out there. So you just let it run. This was a little bit faster earlier because I didn't have anything else going on. But again, if you're doing a big file or if you've told it to do multi-pass or something like that. Okay, so it's done with the Christmas. So if we come over here and look at our file size, our MOV file size was over 2.5 gig. That's 2.5 gig. The exact same file converted to WebM is 39 meg. That's a huge difference in size. So if what you're doing this for is to save space on your servers, on your cloud, yeah, 2.5 gig to 40K, 40 meg, sorry, not 40K, 40 meg. That's quite a difference. And then there you can see it's done with the other one. Now, again, this was an MP4 file, so there's already compression in that to start with. But again, it chopped it down to just under half,
John.
44 to 21. And to show you that these look fine. Oh, I'm working on the wrong screen again. So there's your two file sizes. And to show you, this is the original one. Open it with that. Drag this over here. This is the original file. Stop it. Boy, this thing's fighting me like crazy tonight. There we go. So those are the two files. This is the WebM file on this side, and this is the MOV file on this side. So you can see there's no or very little difference in quality between the two. Just a huge difference in file size. That's how you use Shutter to convert from one format to another. Now you can see in the, this clears all your files. You can see in the different, I mean, you can do, if you want to do audio files, you can do MP3. Like if you want to make an MP3 file from a wave, you can convert it with this. There's all kinds of crazy stuff you can do here with this. One of the other neat things you can do is you can actually download video files from the internet with this thing. So like if you wanted to download a YouTube video, you can come over here and in your function, what you do is you change your function, go all the way down to the bottom where it says download web video. Pick that, get a different little thing there. And I've already copied this. So this is the Dragonfly video from my web page. So you just put that, you just put it in there. You can leave everything standard. You know, you can go through here and there's all kinds of stuff you can do with this. So you can go in here and play with it and learn how to use it. But I'm just showing you basic functions. Start function, it's going to think for a minute and then it's going to pull that video down. This is a short video, but and I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but this thing does beep when it gets finished doing something.
Yeah, we heard it.
Okay. So let's see. Close up with dragonflies. And it does download it as an MKV file, which is fine because that's one of the things that OBS uses that's usable in DaVinci and just about everything else too. So if I go to play this, we'll just play it. Let's see. That is the file that I downloaded. Anyway.
That's cool. That dragonfly.
Yeah, it is. That was a pretty good video. But anyway, if there's ever, you know, something you want to download from YouTube or wherever else, you can use this to do that with too. There's a lot of other programs out there, paid programs and everything else that are YouTube downloaders and stuff like that. But this one's free and it works well. So again, and just depending on what you're doing, what you're working with online wise, certain services want files in certain formats for whatever reason. A lot of the online services like you to use WebM because it saves space for both for them and for you also. Because the more people they have using their service, the more storage space they have to provide to people. So if they can keep that at a minimum from them, that's a good thing from their point. Storage at the data center level can get expensive. They're not buying just 2 or 3 disks at one time. So that's Shutter. That's how you use Shutter. Pretty simple little program. Works really well. Again, the larger files you dump in there, of course, it's going to take them longer to do it. Of course, the better PC you have or the faster PC you have, the faster it's going to chunk through all of this stuff, just like rendering video. That's basically what you're doing. You're taking one format of video and rendering out in another format. Any questions on that? Okay. So that's that.
Where's that castle?
I don't know.
No.
It's just one of the standard Windows background, desktop backgrounds. It's not in my backyard. I know that. So the other thing I was going to show you is how to use your webcam as a GoPro. That's good. How to use your GoPro as a webcam. Told you I'm kind of all over the place tonight. I did have to take some painkillers earlier. My neck is driving me crazy today. So,
Darling.
let's see. Where's my... Let me get this pulled up here and I'll be with you guys in just a second. Okay. I don't know why this web page for me always loads in the middle of the page. Maybe because that's where I was last. I don't know. Anyway, this website right here, I know that's really long. I'll probably take that and put it in the description after this live gets posted. So it'll be there. This is from GoPro, so this is not some flaky, third-party side loading app or anything. This is from GoPro. I don't know why they don't really publicize this more, because sometimes it can be really nice to have a second camera or pointing at something else, or just use your most webcams on laptops are really of low quality. So if that's what you're using and you do have a GoPro, you can get a whole lot better picture quality from your GoPro than you can from your laptop webcam. So that it can be very useful.
Jessica's Dumpster Girls. Welcome in.
So again, for Mac and for Windows. And this is from GoPro. So you just come to this website and you really just follow this all through. Gonna have to watch it closely because the download link is right here. So it's kind of tiny, but they give you good.
There you go.
Yep. I'm trying not to look this way, so I'm looking this way, but it doesn't matter because I'm not up on screen. So the download links are actually right here. So they're actually kind of tiny, but this thing walks you completely through on how to do it. There's also a video here on how to do this. So I'm going to click here for the download. and it takes you to this page, which is kind of funny looking for a download page. So you just click here on download, and then you get your standard download stuff, and that's what the file's gonna, funny looking name, GoPro webcam. Same deal. Download it, install it. And what's weird about this one is, and I'm going to have to stop sharing the screen so I can bring my screen. When you install this, when you install it, you just get a listing in your start menu. When you actually click on it to run it, it just loads something in your system tray, so you don't get an app that pops up on the screen so you're looking at anything. I gotta do a couple things here. You guys are gonna get lost. I gotta share my main screen, which I normally don't share, so just because my other screens. Did we disappear?
No, we're up there.
Okay. I just got to get back to, there we go.
Yeah, that's if you are using a GoPro as a webcam or a secondary camera or stuff like that.
Okay, so this is my main screen. Oh, now I got to work on this screen. This is bad. Okay, so you'll have one called GoPro Webcam. If you're on Windows 11, it will not be in your start menu like this. It'll be down here under GoPro Webcam. And excuse the way that my start menu looks because I'm on the newest version of Windows. It really hasn't been released yet. Windows 25H2 has this new start menu in it, but you have to turn it on with a utility. But that's another thing. But this is what the new start menu will look like. Plus, I have my phone connected to my PC, so it all docks up. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so when I start it, like I said, it just starts a little application down here. So you don't get an app up on the screen or anything. And you have to connect your GoPro. It does not work wirelessly. You have to connect your GoPro with a USB cable. Now, hopefully, so all I did was click on preview. There was preview, and it brings up that little window so you can see what you got. You can change your lens mode. You can go narrow, linear. These are just wider views. So I have narrow because I have it just pointing at my second screen and part of my PC there on the edge. So that's really all it is in the application. Now, and I'm going to bring this back over here. Oh, bad idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my camera. Normally in EVMux, I'm going to change my camera from my OBS virtual camera, which is what I normally use and what you see me with. I'm going to change that to be the GoPro webcam. And it'll take it a second to come on there. Come on, dude. And now my screen should be what's coming out of my GoPro, not what's coming out of my webcam, which is my second screen, and the end of my PC be on that screen. And that's how it works. It's really that simple. And then, even though I'm on a cable, I've got probably that's a 6-foot cable, I can get up, I can move it around and stuff. Yeah. You don't need two of me. Anyway, again, second camera. So like if there was something that, I wanted to show you on my hands, I could mount it up here and be doing something down here. So just another way. Now in EVMux, at the middle level, you can't add a second camera. But if you're using OBS for your camera feed, you can add it in there as a second camera and then just go full screen. There's always ways to work around stuff. So anyway, let me get this back to where it's supposed to be here. We can close that. Oops. Maybe you want to see me now. Yes.
So was that your GoPro right before you switched to you?
Yes. Yeah. So I just switched back in EVMux. I just changed my camera back to my regular webcam, which is the OBS virtual camera.
Jerry said, so I can use that in the shop, Ralph?
Yeah, as long as you're connected to, I mean, you got to connect it to a PC, but yes. And I do not believe
Your laptop, Jerry, yeah.
Yeah, your laptop, your PC, whatever. And it does not pick up sound, so that would almost be perfect for in the shop. I don't believe it picks up the sound at all. It's just the video. But again, it's just a lot of doing this stuff is about options and what you have and how to use it to your advantage and stuff. And there's again all these little helper programs and stuff to do all this kind of stuff with. And again, this is straight from GoPro. Like I said, I don't know why they don't publicize this more, that it's something you can do. That's on them. Somebody's setting off fireworks outside. It's nice here, and I have the window open. I can hear fireworks going off outside. I don't know what that's all about. Back over here to comments.
And you said that was for GoPro 8 and higher?
8 and higher, yes. It says that right on that web page. I already closed it down. But I know a lot of people that are doing like cooking videos and stuff will use their GoPro like above the stove and stuff, because it's not that you want to get oil and stuff on it, but it's a little bit more durable than your phone and a high-end camera. You wouldn't want to put a high-end camera pointed down above your stove, splashing stuff on it and stuff like that. So, GoPros are kind of built to take a little bit of a beating. So I know I've dropped mine a couple times and it's like, oh gosh.
Jerry said,
Go ahead.
Jerry said, you sure it's not gunfire?
Yep. I don't get gunfire around my house. I have a Gwinnett County detective that lives next door to me. So.
And M said, asking a stupid question here, can EVMux go on an Apple computer or laptop? Yes, it can.
Yes.
The only thing is you may want to use the right browser, the correct browser.
Yeah, it's browser based, so whatever browser you're using with your Apple device. I wish I knew more about Apple so I could answer Apple questions, but I don't.
I don't know about Crapple either. And give him a thumbs up.
Yep, I started with Windows, and that's what I learned, and that's what I used at work. So the only thing I had, Apple anything at work was an iPhone, and that was again locked down by the business, so it wasn't like it was a regular iPhone. And I didn't like it because I wasn't used. It's not because again it was locked down. It didn't do everything it was supposed to be able to do. Plus, I was used to using an Android, and I only used it for work, which was answering phone calls. I wasn't really doing anything for work on the phone other than using it as a phone, because I would be on call all the time. That was my contact from work instead of using my phone. I didn't have any, it worked fine. I didn't have any problems using it. It was just that I had an Android, so it was different than what I was used to. But yeah, most of the stuff that I try to show you on here is I try to keep stuff as much cross-platform as I can so that I'm not showing just Windows stuff just because I'm a Windows user. I try to show software that will run on both Macs and Windows. Although I will tell you that there's even the same piece of software, and I've seen this, DaVinci is the same way. There are slight differences between DaVinci on a Windows and DaVinci on a Mac in the interface and some of the ways it does some little things as far as the major, like all the functionalities are there. The buttons may look a little bit different. And again, how you install programs on a Mac is completely different than the way you install and manage programs on Windows. So again, the same program can look a little bit different on a Mac and on a PC, on a Windows-based system. They try to keep them as close as they can, and it sometimes is a programming feat to do that kind of stuff. But yeah, I seriously try to show stuff that's cross-platform. And most of the stuff that we show is actually has Linux stuff for those people that are bold enough to try to use, I won't say bold enough to try to use Linux. There's just so many different flavors of Linux that it's hard unless you're kind of a tech person to know which one to try and stuff. I ran Linux on one of my old PCs for a while just to try it out, and it's fine. And stuff works just fine on it. So, especially if all you're doing is like looking at emails and browsing the internet and stuff like that, there's nothing wrong with pretty much any of the Linux. But again, it's not Windows. It is a graphical interface, but it's not Windows. It doesn't act the same as Windows. But again, that's an option for people who have Windows 10 PCs that won't run 11. As you can, if you don't want to stay on 10, or you don't want to do one of the hacks to run on Windows 11 on old hardware, there are hacks around where you can install Windows 11 on a PC that Microsoft says it won't run, but it will. You just have to tell Windows to not check for stuff. And there's ways to do that. All over YouTube. It's not hard to find. So, but again, you can turn it into a file server. You can continue running Windows 10. Windows 10 is not going to stop running on October 14th. When you wake up on October 14th, your PC is not going to be dead. It's going to continue to run and not have any problems. The only thing that you're doing is they are not doing security updates for it anymore, or feature updates or anything else. So in the short term, you're probably completely fine. The longer you go, the more risk you are of having a security vulnerability that's come up be exploited. And I even though I'd like, I don't have any problem with Windows. I don't think there's any perfect operating system out there. So, Windows is Windows. It has the most compatibility among all software. So that's why it gets used the most. But I don't really like this forced hardware stuff that they're making you go through for people. I mean, I have a couple computers that run just fine. The two that I gave away at the meetup run 11 unless you run a hacked version of it on it. And see, the problem with the hacked version of 11 is if you run that, it's not a hacked version. It's just a non-secure. It's a non-secure version is what you have to install. So if you're going to do that, you might as well stay on 10 because then you still have the same security vulnerability. But I don't like the fact that they're making you upgrade hardware that's just, it's perfectly fine as far as it runs. So, like I said, the two I gave away, they'll run DaVinci. If they'll run DaVinci, they'll pretty much run anything that's out there. And they're creating they're going to create a massive amount of e-waste unless people decide to either turn them into file servers, run Linux on them, or whatever. But I mean, it's an ongoing debate, and whole deal. You can find stuff all over YouTube about the debate about Microsoft forcing everybody to upgrade to PCs. Everybody thinks it's collusion and everything else with all the system builders, which it might be. I don't know. But like I said, I run Windows. I'm so tied into Windows that's what I run. So, but I've been on 11 for a long time. I pretty much keep my hardware, maybe not the latest and greatest, but I usually keep it updated. But that's an advantage of being able to build my own computers. I can build it and I can upgrade it a part at a time so that I'm not having to make that giant investment all at one time. At a certain point, yes, you need to just go to the next, whatever's out, because what you got is, even though you've upgraded it, it may just like a car. Sometimes it's just time to get the newer one. But it's PCs. It's I very much liken it to buying a car. You kind of have to.
Yeah, Simon, y'all are a cult, bruh.
No, you're just pain in the neck sometimes because you think you're superior to Windows users, and that's BS. That's the only problem I have with Macs. It's not the Mac itself, it's the people who use them that think they're superior to everybody. That's where I have a problem with Macs. It's not the operating system itself. Don't get me started. Certain things Macs are better for, certain things Windows is better for, and that's just all there is to it. They're two completely, totally different concepts of how to run operating systems, so it's hard to really compare the two. And that's just kind of where I stand on Macs, but it's the argument about what's better. It's like, if you're more comfortable on a Mac, well, that's better for you. If you're more comfortable on Windows, well, that's better for you. So whatever. Use whatever makes you happy, but just because you use one than the other doesn't make you better or superior to anybody else. So that's where my problem with Mac users comes in and that.
Yeah, Simon.
The people I feel sorry for are the people that have an iPhone and a Windows PC.
Yeah, Ed.
I wasn't going to mention any names because they don't like to play nice together. So,
well, I don't think Ed likes playing nice with people either.
although I will, and I've got it. I almost don't want to say anything about this, but I saw something. I think it's with this new version of Windows. It's not a new version. It's just the newest updates that are coming out for it. I think that Phone Connect app, I think that is supposed to work with iPhones too. So it may be getting better. But that won't be from Apple. That will be from Windows. So, that'll be Microsoft wanting to work nicely with iPhones because they see the pain that people go through with it. So hopefully that's true. And that you will be able to just use this Phone Connect app that they have. It's been around for a while. They had it in Windows 10. It's been in the So what were you using to transfer files, Simon? You can't just plug your iPhone in and just copy from your iPhone to your Windows laptop, can you?
What does Tim have figured out?
I don't know. I haven't been watching chat. And again, it's almost half of the reason why I would like to have. I'm not going to go out and buy a Mac, but I would like to have a Mac so that, yeah, you have to use iTunes. Exactly. You have to use third party as an intermediate to go up to and then back down. Right. I like with an Android, I can plug my Android phone directly, even before I had the phone app, directly into my PC and copy files from just like it was an external drive. So no third-party piece of software or anything like that. You can do the same thing. There's other pieces of software you can do it with too. Yeah. Yeah, you can do it, but it's not, again, you have to go through an intermediate stop in there. It's not a direct copy from iPhone to AirDrop. That third piece of software, it's not a direct copy. You're going through something else. With an Android phone and a Windows PC, it's a direct device to device copy. You're not going through something, you're not going through the cloud as an intermediary. You could probably do that with Google Drive, Dropbox, any of the other cloud storages, because you're just copying from, you're dumping it to Dropbox or OneDrive or whatever, and then copying it back down. So it's, yeah, you direct drop to AirDrop, but AirDrop is an application in the middle. It's not direct. It's not a direct connection. It's not device to device. It's device to cloud to device. There's something in the middle. And that works fine. Yes, it's an Apple product, but again, it's a third piece of software you're going through. It's not a device to device. Device to iTunes, which is in the cloud, device, iTunes, PC. Not phone to PC over a USB cable. AirDrop is just Bluetooth. Okay. So it's a wireless connection, basically. Okay.
M said that she tried to use EV
Yeah, that's
Mux
what I
on.
was just reading.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
that's what I was telling her. It's just a, application, and and it's browser based. So if EV Mux would not make her phone get hot, and StreamYard or Talk Studio wouldn't. They're all browser based. They would all do the same thing.
Just a guess, but maybe you were using your phone for something before you started using EV Mux and it was already warmed. That's just a guess. I have no idea. Yeah, Tim, it really doesn't matter. It's just, it is more difficult to get files from an iPhone to a Windows PC. Just, it's not as easy without setting up something else.
And everybody can't figure it out.
Yeah. Again, I'm not knocking it. It's just one of those things that from me being a Windows, and this is why I would almost like to have a Mac so that I could actually see how some of this stuff works. And that's kind of why I don't really like commenting on it or, giving an opinion on it, because I don't know. I have no experience with a Mac whatsoever.
Well, some people that have a Mac or have an iPhone and a PC will try to hook up a cable and download their videos they've recorded, and then it don't work. I can't get it to work, and blah blah blah. That's why Tim and Simon, if y'all know, iPhones and Mac computers and stuff, you can tell people how to do it. Where I don't use a Mac, never really have, and so I don't know.
Yeah.
People ask me that question. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know nothing about a Mac, or I don't know anything about an iPhone. I have a Samsung Galaxy and I have a PC, and it's easy peasy pudding pie with me. So I don't know why you're having issues on your iPhone and your PC, or your phone, your Android and your Mac. I have no clue.
Yeah, I just know with an Android and a PC, you basically just plug a cable in and it shows up on your PC and you're good to go. It's
Yep.
not a whole lot to hooking it up and stuff and getting it to. It's relatively simple. And again, since I don't have an iPhone, I really don't know. It may be simple, and then and again, this may be an issue that used to happen that doesn't happen now because of newer technology with the newer iPhones. Again, I wish I knew more about them, but I don't. But I didn't mean to get off on rambling about Macs and Windows and stuff like that. Because like I keep saying, use whatever you want. One's not right, one's not wrong. Yeah, two different systems, Tim. And the way that, I mean, just the basic concept in which they work are two totally different concepts. So it really is hard to compare the two as direct things. They're not directly relatable to each other, other than they both run PCs, but so does Linux. There's other operating systems out there too. So yeah, I actually know people who use both, and they like, again, they like Macs for doing certain things, and they prefer Windows for doing certain other things. But it's also sometimes funny to watch them directly get off of one and go to the other, and it's like brain and finger fart for a few minutes until they figure out, okay, wait a minute, I'm not on Mac OS, I'm on Windows now, or the other way around. So, and then when I was at work, you had all of the software that did all your data administration and all that stuff, which was its kind of its own operating system in its own. So, yeah, there's all kinds of crazy stuff you can get
Hey,
into.
Nicole.
Let me see if I can. Let's see.
Well, if anybody wants to come up and ask Ralph a question, a tech question, you're more than welcome to. There's a link, and you're more than welcome to come up. Or if you Mac users want to come tell M why her phone overheated, you're more than welcome to. She has an iPhone. I don't know nothing about iPhones.
Goodness.
Oh yeah, you're not at work, Jerry.
Where?
Steven, most companies that I've worked with have used PCs. Well, not Macs. There may be some video editing companies or music companies that use Macs. I don't know. I've never been in that industry. But when I sold EDI, which is electronic data interchange, when I've worked at Best Buy and Lowe's and Home Depot and every other place I've ever worked, they do not use Macs. They use PCs, Dell computers. I used to work for Dell, which is a PC, so they didn't use Macs there. But Macs is more expensive as well. So one of the things that companies look for are cost, because when they're ordering computers, they don't order one computer most of the time. Most of the time, they're ordering a whole bunch of computers, at least the companies that I did. And Macs are more pricey than a PC. So, like I said, there probably are companies that do use Macs, but the most of them that I know, Steven, are PCs. They'll be like, Dell used to have a business computer called a Dell Optiplex, and they were cheaper made computers. They weren't built for gaming and high-end graphics and video editing and stuff like that. They were built more for a POS system, which is point of sale, or their back end systems, their back office systems, stuff like that. And they didn't need it high end graphics card. Most of them had integrated graphics cards. Most of them had smaller hard drives and everything else. So mostly PC, Stephen.
Yeah, and where I worked, we used all PCs too. Here's something that's kind of fun, just for something a little bit different. Anybody who's ever worked in a data center is used to cabling messes. And I had another website that was way better than this one. But yeah, these are actual cabling situations at data centers. Okay. And you can just do searches for bad cabling and you can find all kinds of stuff like this. So these are in actual data centers. This is not just something that people have made up. So yeah. So there's patch panels and switches and all kinds of equipment all in behind all of this cabling and stuff in here. I don't know if I can bring these up or not. Not really. Well, I guess I could make it big, couldn't I? Nope. So that's another one. I have actually walked into places that looked like this. Nothing that I did. Okay, and also you see how you have different colors of cables in our data center. Now, I'm not saying all data centers are like this, but in our data center, our cables, the color was referenced by the length. So a 15-foot cable was red, a 20-foot cable was green, a 25-foot cable was black, or whatever. So if I'm doing troubleshooting and I'm troubleshooting a circuit and it goes from point A to point B, I know I'm looking for, let's say, a black cable because it's about 25 feet. It may be green, it may be black, but it's just a visual clue to help me find the cable. Okay. So if somebody in here says, it's on this wall right here, find the white cable. Right? No. I have a picture somewhere where every cable, and it looks just like this, except every cable is yellow. And when we built our new data center out in Omaha, the guys that were going to run that data center out there said, we want to use all light blue cables. And I said, you will absolutely not do that. I said, because the color coding helps us when we troubleshoot. And I showed him the picture of what an all yellow data center looked like. And I said, you think about trying to troubleshoot this. I said, if I know I'm going from this switch to that patch panel or that computer on the other side of the room, I know that it's probably, like I said, about 20 feet. So I'm looking for a green cable, most likely. I can eliminate looking at every other cable in there because I know it's not it. Now, to the opposite of this, these are some good cablings. This is what you're supposed to do. I'm not saying my work was that good, but this is what people who cable in data centers and places where there's tons and tons and tons of cabling, this is what you aspire to do. And you can find a ton of these type of pictures on the internet too. There's both sides of this. Some of what people do in their cabling is just amazing. Every bend is perfect. Every cable length is perfect and stuff like that. But when you're usually something like this, the cables are cut to length and built for each application. These are like what we did, pre-length cables. They're not custom cut and stuff. So again, there's a lot of cable management that goes into taking care of your slack and everything else. But yeah, that is a very common picture right there. that one, and that one. I've actually been involved in projects of straightening this kind of crap up, and it's a job. It is a job. It's a very rewarding job when you get done and everything looks nice and neat. But getting to that point can be a real pain because you can't disconnect this stuff in the middle of the day. You can't just go pull it all out and start over because you're working in an online data center that's running a business. So a lot of late night work, a lot of pre-work, and okay, we're going to take this down from this hour to this hour and move these cables and keep our fingers crossed that everything comes back up when we're done. But so don't feel so bad about the cable mess under your desk because that's what data centers have to deal with. I'll find some better ones. I've got some better ones somewhere, but I've got some that, yeah, the yellow wall is that was the killer. And then when the guys out in Omaha said they wanted to use all single color data cables, I'm like, no, you don't. You may think you do, but no, you don't. Said, you guys have been too long removed from having to troubleshoot to think about doing that. Yes, it looks nice. Yes, it's impressive. What he didn't like the Skittles look. He didn't like the multicolored look. There was one main guy that was trying to push this. And I was like, no way, dude. No. Just think of every color, every cable in there being light blue, being that color cable right there, or every color being yellow. See if I can find the yellow cable wall. No, it's not going to show me. It's just showing me yellow cables. Oh, well, I'll find it for next time. I'll find some good ones for next time. We want to open up the panel. Let's go for it.
It's open. The link's up there.
Oh, shows you how much I'm paying attention. I have too much fun looking at the silly cabling pictures. It's like being an auto mechanic and showing you all the crazy jury rigging that's come in on cars that people bring in for you to fix. I've gone into, to help out with stuff and pulled floor tiles up to look under the floor and stuff. And it's just like, I just want to drop them back on and walk back out the door. It's like, no. And then you walk in other places and you walk in and you go, all right, this is good. Who did this? I want to meet the person that did this. Or worse is you spend a lot of time working on a project, then somebody comes behind you and goes, that looks like crap. When you work in a large data center, things, the scale of what goes on is just, it's amazing. If you want to come up on panel and not ask questions, that's fine too, because we're pretty much done. If you just want to come up and socialize, we can socialize. We don't have to answer questions.
And here we go. Type Christmas in the comments to join. For any of y'all that were not here earlier, this is one of the products that Jamie is doing now. It's Christmas ornaments. And it is metal. You can hear it on the desk. That's me tapping it on the desk. It's pretty thick too. It's not like real thin. But this is what we're giving away tonight. This Tech Talk with Eddie and Ralph, hosted by Eddie and Ralph Christmas ornament. So,
I was just looking back through chat.
Jerry. Oh, Jerry. I was like, nobody even entered. There we go. Now people are starting to enter.
There we go.
We got about 19 minutes before Gary goes live. Put a hashtag in there, Nicole. Before Christmas, hashtag Christmas. Jerry said, okay, spin it, Eddie. Spin it fast.
Why? We got 20 minutes. What are you talking about?
Because he wants to win. He wants a higher odds of winning.
Oh. And put you on the exception list and keep you off of it.
Nicole put hashtag before the Christmas like Des just did.
Yep.
Jerry said I should win. Hey, Ace. Well, hey, Peter.
Ace. Peter and Ace. And who else did I miss? I'm trying to be better about watching a chat.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good tonight, Ralph. Oh, hold on. I got to make us smaller. To get Gary in the picture.
Well, I was just playing Wilson over here.
You were down there and then you weren't down there, so you came back.
Well, see, here's what happened. I had y'all. By the way, I had this thing running on my TV, my phone, and my, and my computer. So apparently that put me at number one on the experience points. But I guess I was thinking this was on Eddie's EV Mugs. So
it is.
Well, I tried to put myself up because I was in the basement for a minute.
Well, you can't pull your. This is on Tech Talk, the Tech Talk studio, Gary. It's not on.
No wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are in a different studio.
Well,
remember, you can only have one admin basically per studio.
Okay.
And on mine, Devil Dogs Live, you're the admin. Okay. On Tech Talk, Ralph's the admin.
Oh, right. Well, hey,
and
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I didn't know what was going on.
I was just trying to tell you why you weren't able to do anything.
Yeah,
you were on his live. So
as soon as he said it, I realized that must have been it. But I just clicked on the link there at the top of the thing.
Yep.
And that took me to this studio. So
and Jamie has color changing mugs now. She'll do a video tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
To where when it's cold, it's white or black or whatever, and then when it gets hot, it changes color to black or white, and you could see the logo or whatever she has on there. Oh, hold on, Jerry. There you go, Jerry.
So the other day on Jerry's live, I won a mug, and the first mug he sent me came in like this with no handle on it. I grabbed it because it's down here. The one he sent me a replacement for it that's being washed right now because I drank out of it this morning. But
is that red down there on the bottom part?
Yeah, because it's colored up to right there, and then it's white on the, and then the handle was red.
Huh.
So it just broke.
Maybe that's why I broke.
Yeah, I don't know. It just
it's because the post. It's because
of really, really nice mug.
It's because the post office, Jerry. I mean, we've had freaking stuff, and they don't listen. They don't care if it's fragile or whatever else. they throw it all over. They throw it on conveyors and stuff, and the boxes tumble and everything else. I mean, Jamie's had like 2 or 3 of them. That's
Well,
the handle
Glenn,
was, huh?
the Moose got a box. He sent me a picture of it. It looked like they used a baseball bat on it, but it didn't break the mug.
On this one, I've already gotten rid of the box, but there was no outer damage on the box. None of the edges were crimpled or the corners looked like it landed on one of the. I mean, the box was in really good shape. So
Did I say something?
no idea.
Hi,
Hey, Des,
guys.
how you feeling?
He does.
Well, I feel horrible. I just want to come up and say thank you, everybody, for your prayers and thoughts.
Eat some chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
Make you feel better. Drink some whiskey. Make you feel better. And honey.
Don't
Add
make
honey
me,
to the whiskey.
Don't make me laugh. Did you see the picture I sent to Jamie of my lips?
How am I going to see the picture that you sent to Jamie?
My mouth. I got fever blisters all over from fighting infection. It's been really, really rough. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Need
Better
more
get-
alcohol.
Put the whiskey in the chicken noodle soup. There you go.
Yeah, there you go, Des.
oh,
You get
you guys
double
suck.
shot.
You're making me laugh.
Kill those germs.
Try not to smile. My mouth is just like, Plus, I feel like I ate a bottle of glass. My mouth, I got mini cuts. My legs still red. Fevers and chills. I'm trying to keep up and be happy and all that kind of stuff. I sit in my chair and listen to somebody. I'm snoring 5 minutes later. Headphones fall off when I wake up. I have to go get my headphones off the ground. So
We did, Jamie. We did that. We double wrapped the bubble wrap and the handles and all that.
Yeah, it was inside of a box. It was wrapped inside of a box, and that box was inside of another box. So it was well wrapped. And
I'm telling you, it's the
It must
post
have-
office.
I mean,
They
it
don't
must
care.
have-
And I think some of them do it on purpose.
yeah, it
I'm
must have
telling-
just landed like
it's
direct.
not even just that, but some of the carriers don't care.
Yeah,
I've seen carriers drop kick or throw the stuff off the side of the road because they don't want to deliver.
It's the first one that we, after all the mugs we sent out, that broke. And Ralph got it in 2 days, which was bizarre. We mailed it out on Tuesday, and he got it on Thursday.
yeah.
That's why it's broke, because they throw it over.
They must have thrown it, yeah.
Tried to get it there
State to
quicker.
state, they threw it from state to state real fast.
They loaded it up and shoot it out of a cannon to get to there.
Yeah.
Ow.
As soon as they go, how did he get that already? We just did it the day before yesterday.
As soon as I picked it up, I was like, "Oh, it's broken." I could hear it inside, and I looked at the box, and I was, okay, I was expecting to see one side of the box or a corner of the box smashed in or something. And I was like, "It's fine. Maybe it's not broken. Maybe it's just something else."
And then
I opened it up, and all the pieces fell out.
and Glenn sent me a picture of the box, and the whole side was all caved in, and the coffee cup was fine.
Yep.
I got one sent to me from
Never
Jamie
tell.
from Digits, and the handle broke. They sent me a new one, which was fine. But now I use the one that was Digits with the broken handle as a pencil holder.
That's what I'm going to use this for.
It's fine for it. Paintbrush holder.
Yeah.
But see, mine got a devil dog on it, though. See,
Yeah.
this also has it's also this.
Hey,
It's-
you just make sure the paint drips down your side of the cup, not my side of the cup, Jerry.
No, this is where I clean brushes go.
My wife.
Oh, your clean brushes. Okay.
Isla collects pens. Wherever she goes, she's got to grab a pen. So I'll be right back. I got a pen for you.
I hope she didn't put the
Jerry.
pen I sent her in there.
Jerry, you got to do what Ed does with his mug, with Eddie on one side. When he's mad, turn it around and show the dog. When you're mad, turn around and show the dog.
I'm never mad.
Nicole, you need to put hashtag Christmas. You need to put the number sign in
There's
there.
a pound sign, honey.
Like that right there. Enter it like that. You left the number sign off before Christmas, Nicole.
Yeah, the pound sign. People, that's called the hashtag. Now,
Pound, hashtag, number sign, whatever.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's right there.
oh, suck rotten eggs. Will you just lower your voice down for God's sake? Jeez. I'm running on last night, so I have to give you crap tonight, right?
So
What are you waving, Jerry?
Pair of tweezers.
Oh,
I just seen them.
Thought you were trying to show us something.
No.
So the city I live in had a fair a couple weeks ago, and the police department was there giving out pens. So Isla got a policeman pen.
Well, that's
That's
cute.
cute.
Show this to Gary. So, if I can, the next time I go that direction by the police department, I'm going to go in, and it says, what does it say on it? It says Swanage Police Department, and then it's got the phone number on it.
That's
Like,
cute.
if I go over by there, I will stop in and see if they can give me one or two, and I'll send them to you if they will.
That would be cool.
They're pretty cool people over there, so they probably have them.
What?
But she brought that home.
That ain't Gary. That ain't Gary. That dude's got a smile on his face. Gary always has a freaking
Yeah.
sourpuss pucker.
I thought Gary would like that. She had it sitting next to her, and I went and grabbed it. When I grabbed it, she said, "You bring that back when you're done." So yeah, I thought Gary would get a kick out of
Here's
that.
one for you for the pen cup.
There you go.
Wait a minute. Here's number 2 for the pen cup.
My pen cups are out of my reach
And
right
this is this is number 3, the little fireman.
Yeah.
Those aren't as good as my pens.
Oh, that looks like the one Ralph had, but yours a fireman.
the
His is
fireman,
a
Yeah.
It's the same style pen and everything.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but I saw that. I was like, that's cool.
Where'd you get that at, Des?
They had some kind of event here in town, or I don't know. It was somewhere. Maybe at the flea market. I don't know.
You get one when your house burns down. They give you one.
No,
Sign the insurance papers with.
no, because I also got from that event was this. Hold on a second. I gotta make sure
Excuse me.
because I look really rough. Hair is up and all. So this is a fan.
Hold it up a little bit more, Des. It's behind your name. There you go.
Excuse me.
You know,
Huh.
Oh yeah, fan.
Tammy was at some kind of event today. That's why she had to work. They had something going on with a bunch of different agencies and departments and what have you at it. But our department wasn't there.
But yeah, there was some kind of event, and you know what it was? The North Florida Fairground. When I went and got that big turquoise ring I wear, that's where they were at. Was the North Florida Fairgrounds. It was the antique something or other festival.
Well, you should have went and entered.
You call me an antique, yes. I'm thinking about that. Why would I? He's calling me an antique.
Leave it to Eddie to smack somebody when they're not feeling good.
Right? But I understand why he's doing it too, because he wants me to feel good. So the only way he's going to get me to feel good is for me to get picked on so I can yell at him. So,
So
I know Eddie very well right now. He's trying to keep me in a good mood.
Des positioned herself so she's covered by her name.
My hair is up. I got blisters on both of my lips. I got my scars showing from my biopsies. You guys do not need to see this train wreck. Oh,
Hey,
God.
M feels for you, Des. She said, "Poor Des."
Thank you, we all know this is Eddie. He likes to tease me when I don't feel good. 'Cause this is how he cheers me up, because then he gets me roaring mad. And then it's like a big comedy
Right
thing.
through on this then.
Hi, Annie.
well, when Eddie gets you mad, you tend to calm down a lot quicker.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well,
It's
she
that
knows-
old saying, consider the source and just move on.
Oh gosh, I need a little bit of laughter in my life. I'm not going to work again this week, so.
Nicole, you still didn't put the hashtag Christmas in. If you're still here, Nicole.
I think she's still here. She might have stepped away actually.
Excuse me.
Okay,
To the
guys,
lady
I'm
there,
fixing
contact.
got about 2 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna spin it, and it's
Yeah, I'm gonna win it.
hold on, let me show you. Find
Maybe,
it.
or maybe I do.
No, you don't.
It's for this little Christmas ornament,
I like it. I still have to win that
and
sticker.
it's metal, and it says Tech Talk, hosted by Eddie and Rob. And I'm trying to get it to focus. There we go.
I'm gonna decorate my Christmas tree this year with ours.
If I get
Hosted
enough
by Eddie and
of them-
Ralph. It's dual sided, and it's metal,
So
You
it
can
won't
hear
burn when the tree catches on fire.
and it's pretty thick. It's probably about an eighth of it. It's probably thicker than a soda can.
That's pretty. That's yeah. It is definitely.
It's pretty solid. It ain't
Yeah,
gonna
it's
like
not aluminum.
yeah, but
Excuse me.
it's double sided, and it says Tech Talk with Eddie and Ralph. So Christmas ornament from
Excuse me.
I really like how
Tech
it
Talk
came
with
out.
Eddie and Ralph. That's what it's for. Enter hashtag Christmas. Hashtag Christmas to enter.
There's the moose.
Yeah, he came over from Jesse and Lisa's.
Now, if I entered with 5 different channels, would it give me 5 entries?
Yeah, it would.
Yep.
But you better not. 'Cause we know your channels.
That is
Yeah,
true.
you
We
better
know your
not.
channels.
1.
I only have one channel. I only have one chance.
I only have one channel too.
Well,
I got like 9.
No, you, Gary.
whose fault is that you only have one channel?
Why do we need multiple channels for?
Hey,
From-
Gary, it's a lot of work taking care of one channel.
Hey, Des,
Yes, sir.
I need 9 more subscribers on my channel. Go create 9 channels and subscribe, dang it.
I wouldn't know how to do that.
I just gave you a reason why you needed 9 channels.
I need 5 more, Des, so that would put me at 112. If you give
You
me,
know, I need 1,500. No, I need 500 more for 2,000.
I'm not creating
No.
500. You go to the
Right, exactly.
community for that. What community is that?
No, I don't go to the community.
Filipino. You go to Filipino community and get a lot of bananas for that.
This is real.
I haven't gone to their community in a while. Long time.
Well,
After a fallout with a certain gentleman that used to drive an 18-wheeler.
I know who you're talking about. All right, guys. And Nicole, there you are. Nicole,
goodness.
enter hashtag Christmas. # Christmas. Type that in there real quick, Nicole.
That's awesome, Annie.
Guys, got about 2 minutes, 1 minute before Gary goes live. It'll automatically kick you over to his live. So we're wrapping it up here. I'm going to spin before I go, but I'd like to thank Major Chef at Drunken Chef Barbecue, Ace, Arlene, Cooking with Stephen and Jacqueline, Master Sergeant or Top de Moose Barbecue and Outdoor Adventures, Devil Dog's Keeper, M. Buglet, Nicole Ruiz, Major Peter, Old Man King Homestead, and Annie at the Aimlessly Wandering Soul, and Butler 29, and Dez, and Ralph, and Jerry, Butler Family Farm. And that's it. Y'all are entering stuff now, and I don't know what it's popping up. So, I think I got everybody anyway. Anyways, so here we go. And Ralph, you got anything else to say?
Nope. Everybody have a good week. I hope everybody that's not feeling good feels better. And thoughts and prayers to those that we have lost recently.
I agree. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. If y'all didn't know, we lost 2
Elliot.
people the last week. We lost Lori, Prepping for Heaven. And we lost Elliot.
AR
Yeah,
Patriot.
AR Patriot.
And Teresa Jugowitz's mom passed away today. Ace is big time winner tonight. She won over there too.
Congratulations, Ace.
Congratulations, Ace.
Email Jamie at devildogskeeper at gmail.com. If I don't know if she has your address or not, but email her with your address. I want to thank everybody for coming in. And we will see you next Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Right now, it'll kick you over to Butt Loop 29's live.
Gotta go.
Bye-bye.
And I'm sorry?
Bye-bye.
All right.
He had to go.
Y'all have a great one.
Yep.
Until next time, Semper Fi, Devil Dog out.